In this video, I'm going to show you how to place the tie rod adjusting sleeve, which is the one that connects the tie rod to the drag link on this Ram 2500. Let's get started. Now I'm going to take a very brief and rough measurement from one end to the other, because when I undo this sleeve, obviously this will separate drag link from the tie rod, and I want to bring it back as close as possible. This doesn't control toe, but it does control how centered the steering wheel sits, and right now it is spot on. So I do have to adjust it after I get it back on, but at least if I measure the distance, it will get me close. So right now I'm at 40¼ inches from one tie rod stud to the drag link stud. So that's what I'm going to go by, 40¼ inches. Of course, the measurement will not be the same exact for you. Just keep in mind, whatever you measure, try to match it up. We need to break the jam nuts on the adjuster sleeve free. I sprayed it all down with rust penetrant, and somebody had welded this, so I had to cut that. And I'm going to use a pipe wrench. I don't have a wrench that fits this, or even an adjustable wrench. However, the pipe wrench does give me quite a bit of leverage. So I'm going to open this up right over the jam nut. Now these are reverse threaded, so I'm going to have to pull down in order to release this. Okay, there's one. Do the same to this one over here. Now that these are both loose, now with both of these mounting nuts loose, I'm going to leave them as close as I can. That way when I put this back, I can have it line up with where it was before. This will give me the most accurate alignment at the end. Now this doesn't affect toe, but it does affect which way the steering wheel leans. So I'm going to make sure that I readjust as needed afterwards so I can have the steering wheel point straight when I'm actually going straight. And now just turn this by hand or with a wrench or pliers if it's needed for you. Unfortunately, a lot of times the threads in here do rust, but just do your best and unthread this all the way until these two are separated. There we go. There's the sleeve. I recommend applying some anti-seize on the threads here on both ends. This will allow the threads not to seize up onto the drag link or the tie rod in the future. It'll help with alignment. You don't need a lot, and you don't need to go all the way in, because if you just apply it to the outer portion of the threads here, as you thread this on, it'll push itself in. Now bring the sleeve in and start it on both ends simultaneously. There we go. This is going to be the tricky part, but it's doable. You want to make sure that these are clocked together, meaning that they go into each other at the same time. So the threads need to catch on both sides, and there we go. That's it. Now we're just going to tighten this up until this sleeve touches this mounting nut, which I have not moved. This is exactly where it was. Once you're happy with your adjustment of the sleeve, it's time to lock in the jam nuts. I made my measurement and I went from the tie rod end to this drag link stud, and I got it at 40¼ just like it was before. So it's time to snug these up. I'm going to do it with my pipe wrench, same one I used before. That's tight. Okay, and now I'm actually going to push this down. That way the ends on the pitman arm side and on the tie rod side sit nice and flat and not at an angle. Job is done. Take it for a road test. And don't forget to get an alignment.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.